What's up, y'all? This is Vocab Malone. A lot of you know, some of you know, that I have been in Chicago, Illinois recently. Right now, I'm actually on the south side of Chicago. Been downtown a lot prior to that. But let me give you a quick update, and I have a major announcement about a major video. We'll get to it. I'm only going to be on here a few minutes. You probably have seen some of the videos where I've been going live with Hebrew Israelites from GMS, as well as Israel Tried and Refined, that's another camp, as well as the Israel of God, which is a large church in Riverdale, Illinois. I was able to meet some good guys there, including the man in charge, Brother Bowie, as well as Carl Albert, Israel Doctrine, and of course, Asa K. Fingers, and of course, Mikhail Ben Israel. Now, none of that footage is on my channel or on my Facebook or anything like that. I've been busy, didn't really record anything, but those guys got a lot of footage on there. So here's how you find it if you want to see it. Look Israel Doctrine Reloaded up on YouTube, and you can see a lot of our discussions with the Israel of God guys. Much better, much different than the things going on with GMS. And from Mikhail Ben Israel, the footage he has, which is also good from the same thing, just different footage, that's at Hebrews in the Hood. Hebrews in the Hood. I think it's with a Z, and I think it's like N and then D-A, Hood. I think that's the way it's spelled. But Hebrews in the Hood. Look up that. And then the other camp, not GMS, this camp was much more respectful and reasonable, also downtown Chicago, called Israel Tried and Refined, ITR. Look up that, you'll be able to see that footage. So all that footage is up, as well as, of course, you can look up GMS Chicago and see the footage there. Not only that, if you just type in on YouTube, just Vocab Malone to see what's going on, and then filter it for all the newest, most recent uploads, it is insane. There's been almost 30 GMS videos uploaded about our encounter already. Of course, you know how they title their videos and stuff. None of them are really worth watching. I watched a few, but, you know, they do things like call Sister Cherry, whom I was with, my pet gorilla. That's what actually some of the videos are. They actually say that. Just stuff like that. I can't even fathom. I can't even fathom it. But some of them say things like that, and it gets worse. But nonetheless, it's just crazy the amount of stuff they're putting out just from that encounter that we had. So I'm thinking of going live in the next couple days, I hope. And it's going to mainly be a show where I cover a variety of topics. And I'm thinking of covering things such as my encounters and experiences here, and as well as meetings with fellow Christian urban apologists, as well as talking about the state of Christian hip-hop, because that came up a lot this weekend. I met the owner of Rapzilla. And actually, this is going to sound off the wall, but a little bit of Book of Mormon stuff, because I got a new book. It's actually an old book. It's a long story. I'll explain it if I go live on this. That deals with the Book of Mormon and ancient archaeology in the Americas. I'm not even joking. And also maybe some issues dealing with racial and social injustices and things like that in regards to America and the church. Just a lot of this has been talked about this weekend, so it's heavy on my heart and on my mind. So I might do a variety type of backpack radio show. So stay posted. I hope I can pull that off soon. And not only that, I'm looking at my notes here. I met a couple guys who were involved in urban apologetics, but on cool guys, but would be opposed ultimately in their ideology to Christian faith in certain key aspects. I'm not saying in every way, but a guy named Bleedo Shoemate, who gets into what he calls the metaphysical side of things, and that really kind of relates to this idea of Christ consciousness. So that was interesting because he's pretty prominent in these circles as well. And also my brother Theo Wright. I'm not saying those viewpoints they have are identical, or I'm opposed to them all, or that they personally aren't. They're actually really cool dudes. But it was cool to meet all these people, mainly up here in the south side of Chicago and in downtown Chicago. So there's just a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. Now, I might also include, if I go live pretty soon, next couple of days or whatever, something on the Nation of Islam, because where I'm staying right now, it's right down the street from the Final Call. The Final Call, for those who don't know, is the publishing and media voice of the Nation of Islam. I'm right down the street from Salam. Salam is the Nation of Islam's own restaurant that they run. Did you know that? They have their own restaurant. and another of some such similar things. So being around there, if I can find time before I get out of here, I might do something in relationship to that. So just a lot going on, a lot of relevant issues to the things we usually discuss. Now here's my final 2 announcements about new video uploads. In the next couple days, I'm going to upload 2 new videos. I'll cover the smaller one first and the bigger one second. One is my friend Sanjay Merchant, who's a professor at Moody. I was able to see him when I came out here. I was able to stay with him. He's a great guy, and I've known him for a while now, and he showed me hospitality while I was out here in the Chicago area, and he has a lecture on atheism that I think is helpful. Now, it's not just some crazy takedown lecture, and it might be longer than videos you're used to watching because it's sort of like a class lecture. It really is. So if you want to get an idea of like an introductory apologetic class to atheism, this video will be for you. So you have your notes ready. I mean, he's a professor, but it's really good stuff. It's a lecture I have that not a lot of people have seen. Now, I don't know if he wants me to upload the video. I mean, I'm just kidding. I asked him because he has lost a lot of weight since this lecture he did. But the information is still good, and I think he did a good job. Now, some of you may notice when you watch this lecture, it engages in what might be called classical or evidential style apologetics. I would maybe put in the ballpark of classical. I am more of a presuppositionalist. However, I'm not a presuppositionalist who thinks I have to always fight with classical and evidential styled apologists. Never felt that way. I don't think everything they do is wrong. I think we can learn a lot from each other, and I think it's good information, and so I'm with it. So it's all good. So I may upload that, and that will be good for some of you because some of you guys are like, man, a lot of Hebrew Israelite stuff. I mean, hey, I've specialized in Hebrew Israelite stuff and Islam stuff, right? So it's going to be on there. And yes, I look a little tired. I know I've not slept much since I've been in Chicago at all. But the other thing I was going to say is the major announcement. I hope you guys have watched this whole video. Wednesday, I'm releasing a cartoon video. It's a parody of a Miley Cyrus song called Party in the USA, but my version is called Party in the UPK. I wrote the lyrics to this parody. It's based upon Hebrew Israelite doctrine, specifically one camp who's one of the worst camps as far as their behavior and attitude and doctrine, called ISUPK. It includes real characters cartoonized from their group with real doctrine. I wrote it, set it up, and then Brother Jay, who is an ex-Hebrew Israelite himself from IUIC and is very talented, sang it and recorded it. And then my other friend, Jonathan, who's a funny animator and a great guy too, he illustrated it. I did the storyboard, and then he added all kinds of stuff you never could have imagined. So a joint project, a cartoon video, under 3 minutes long. Now, when you see it, it's funny, the song sounds good, but you're not going to understand it all. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now, why am I saying that? It's got a lot of stuff in it that will not be immediately clear to everyone. So what's going to happen is I'm going to let the video make the internet round or whatever, but for about a week, right? And then after it's kind of circulated and people try to figure out some of what's in there perhaps, then I'm going to go live at some point and do a show explaining the video, like a behind-the-scenes commentary. I might do more than one. And I'll break it down, talk a little bit about the behind the scenes, but also explain every lyric and every line and every scene in the video. But I'm not going to do it immediately. So you're going to be like, huh? But it's funny no matter what. So that's what's going on. Major announcements, uploads, going live. You're going to have to pay attention to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've hit the bell. But also, following me on other social media would be important. On Instagram, because sometimes I make announcements there. On Twitter. And at my public Facebook profile, facebook.com/vocabulone. Now, what I'm going to do is end with a 5-second snippet of the video tomorrow. It's very brief. It's only 5 seconds long, but I'm going to play it right now as I shut this down. And I hope you guys are excited about some of the stuff going on because it's new stuff, it's different stuff, and I am excited. So in the meantime, keep your eyes on the Lord and your ear to the street. Vocabulone is out. Watch this.
To the camp with the fringes on, everybody's looking at me now.